This is the Seven Figure Agency Podcast. Discover the strategies and techniques to grow a highly successful and profitable digital marketing agency with your host, Josh Nelson.
I want to share with you how to scale your digital marketing agency in 2024, really how to take things to the next level so you can make more money, have more freedom, and have a bigger impact. As I think about your agency and what you're trying to build and really why you probably want to scale a digital marketing agency, there's really three things we're all after. We want to make more money. Yes, we want to make sure we've got an agency that provides the money we need to pay the bills, to live our desired lifestyle, maybe to drive the nice car, to live in the nice house, to give us the money. But also we want to make sure that we create an agency that creates freedom. Right? I would imagine if you think about when you started your agency, why you started your agency, it wasn't just about the money. You wanted to make sure you had the freedom to set your own schedule, to work on your own terms, to take the travels, to really enjoy your life and have the freedom, the flexibility. You know, as we're getting older, at least me and my wife here at Plumbing and HVAC SEO and Seven Figure Agency, you know, that freedom's about being able to spend the time with the kids while they're young, to take the travels, to do the cruises and go to Disney and be there at their games and be at their school events. So we want to make sure we create a business that provides the money, but also gives us the freedom, the flexibility to enjoy ourselves. And then ultimately, we want to make sure that we've got a business that provides impact, right? None of us want to feel like we're just on a cash grab or we're just here to make some money. Really, at the end of the day, we believe we're here with the purpose to help our clients grow and to make more money and to take their businesses to the next level. We believe we're here to train our team members and give them career tracks and help them to elevate as individuals. And so as you engineer your business and start to think about how you want to craft it for scale in 2024, you want to make sure that you're having an impact on the clients you serve and the team that you work with. And so I want to unpack the three key things you need to make sure you put in place in order to create an agency that can scale, that provides money, freedom, and impact. So first things first, number one thing you have to do in order to create an agency that can scale in 2024 is you've got to have a process to land clients, right? You have to have a process to have new clients coming into your world on a consistent basis, ideally for retainer-based services, ideally at $1,000 to $5,000 or more on a monthly retainer-based service. So that's what first, we got to land clients. Number two is we've got to deliver results, right? And we have to deliver world-class results that generate a tangible, measurable result, but it's also done in a scalable way. So we've got to land clients, we've got to deliver great results, we've got to retain those clients, right? We've got to create a great experience, and we've got to make sure we put our arms around the clients so that they get value, they like working with us, and they stay with us long term, right? If we truly want to scale our agency in 2024, we've got to land clients, deliver world-class results, retain, ultimately so that we can scale by putting the systems, the procedure, and the team in place so you're not doing it all yourself, so that you're doing the things that you do best and you can focus on taking things to the next level in 2024 and beyond. So three key projects in each of these areas as you think about 2024 and really scaling your agency. To land clients, you've got to do three things. Number one is you have to fill your funnel. You have to have a process to get new prospects coming into your world, raising their hand, expressing some level of interest, right? We got to fill the funnel with prospects. Number two is we've got to build authority, right? We have to make sure that we're positioning ourselves as the expert with proven results in the industry so that when those clients do come into our funnel, they're coming to us pre-positioned to buy, willing to pay a premium for our services because we're established as the go-to expert, as the authority within our space. And then number three, we've got to have a dialed in sales process. I call it sales process mastery, where we can show the clients, hey, here's where you're at today. Here's what you told me you want to accomplish over the next 12 to 24 months. Here's where I'm seeing issues with your current marketing strategy, and here's what we can do, and here's what we've done for others. We need to have a nice, tight sales process so that prospects say yes and give us that credit card or give us that ACH form so that we can have them as retainer-based clients. When you get this dialed in, you've got a full funnel, you've got a great authority within the industry, and a nice, tight sales process, you will have new clients coming in on a month-over-month basis. And as I kind of walk through this accelerated growth model, I'd love for you to rate yourself, especially as we're kind of going through rate yourself green, yellow, and red, or just mentally imagine how are you doing in terms of your funnel, your authority, and your sales process. Is there anything here that's green? Crushing it. Sales, man, we're closing at 70%. We've got this dialed in. And is there anything maybe that's yellow or red? Maybe you're not the authority. Maybe you've got great cold outreach and you get people scheduling it on your calendar all the time, but they're not warmed up. They're not pre-positioned to buy. They're not hiring you as the go-to expert. Maybe that's the red opportunity. Build up that authority for yourself. So that's number one. If you do this right, the money will take care of itself. If you've got clients coming in every single month, you'll have the money you need to pay the bills, to live your desired lifestyle, to really have a good business. Now, second, we've got to deliver results, and we want to make sure that we deliver results in a scalable way. So first thing we have to do is we've got to choose our model. Choose your model, which means we got to make sure that we're selling the right things in the right way to the right industry. I really believe having a very specific niche, choosing one industry, making sure you're charging a retainer-based service, making sure that you systematize the operations, you've got a model that can truly scale. So number one, we've got to choose the model. Number two is we've got to systematize. Whatever it is we decide to bring to the table. We're going to do website, SEO, pay-per-click, social media, email, marketing, database reactivation, whatever the mix of services is, we've got to systematize it. Put it into a project management system and say, okay, here's what we're going to do for the client. Here's when it's going to get done. Here's who's going to do it. Here's the playbook or the SOP for each of those things. So that when you systematize it, you can do two things. Number one, you can consistently deliver on your promise, right? We want to make sure we're knocking it out of the park for our clients. We need to systematize that in advance. We can't be figuring it out as we go. But number two, we need to systematize so we can remove ourselves from operations. As the owner in your agency, as you think about scaling in 2024, you can't be the one clicking all the buttons. You shouldn't be building the website and writing the content or running the AI engine in the background. You need to have systems in place so that your team can handle that. And then ultimately, number three is you've got to build your team, right? Scaling your agency in 2024, having a business that provides money and freedom requires you to get good at team building, recruiting, onboarding, training, managing your team. You've got to get really good at managing your team so that you can deliver results in a scalable way. And when you do this correctly, when you deliver results in this way, you will create the freedom that you're after, where you're not the one doing everything, where you're not working 60 hours a week, where you're not the person that has to take the call on Friday night at 9 o'clock because the client's got an issue or the site is down, right? We want to make sure we deliver results in a scalable way. So I've got my traffic light up here again. Rate yourself on this. How are you doing? Like, is there an area that you need to improve? Maybe you're great at getting your clients results. Maybe they're super happy, but you're doing it yourself. You've never built the team. Or maybe you've got the team, but the systems aren't dialed in. So there's very inconsistent delivery that happens on the other side of the client experience. Really think about that and identify what you might need to shift. It could be that your model's wrong. You've got the wrong program. You're a la carte charging every single client, or you're in 9 different verticals, so you got to reinvent the wheel for every single client, and there's no way to systematize. Just get really clear in your mind. If you want to scale quickly in 2024, what's the change you need to make in terms of your model? Okay, the next thing we need to do is we've got to retain, right? We have to make sure that we actually don't just land a client, lose a client, but we've got the systems to keep the client with us long term. And there's 3 things we need to do to really maximize our client retention going forward. Number 1 is you have to have world-class onboarding. The way you come out of the gates for a client in the first day, in the first week, in the first couple of weeks will dictate whether they're going to want to stay with you for a month, a year, and maybe years into the future. So it's worth putting a ton of focus and effort on how you onboard your client. You want to create a world-class experience where they're like, man, I can't believe what a great sales process this is. I can't believe how strong this organization is. They've got all of the documentation. They're getting my usernames and passwords in a seamless way. They're showing appreciation and kind of setting expectations. Dial in your onboarding process. Make sure it creates a great experience. Number 2 is you've got to have a great communication rhythm and reporting. Because if the client's going to stay with you for a month, 3 months, 9 months, multiple years, yes, you've got to come out of the gate strong. You've got to actually bake some quick wins into the onboarding process. But ultimately, you've got to be showing them the value. Hey, here's what we did this month. Here's the results that we're seeing. Here's what we're working on over the next 90 days. And you really want to think about, what are you reporting to the client? What are your client communication expectations? Make sure you're actually connecting with that client every month, either in person or on Zoom, and having a meaningful conversation so that they see what you've done, they see the value that you're bringing to the table, and more importantly, they see where you're headed in this partnership together. And then number 3 is you've got to develop a client management process, a client account management process, which means as you grow and as you scale, one of the first positions you need to get yourself out of is that client relationship management role, which is going through those reports and being the central line of communication with the client. If you're that person, you're going to get bottlenecked. You're going to get stuck. You will not be able to scale the business going forward. And so you want to build a mechanism around this, which is, as we grow 15, 30, 75 clients, what point do we hire an account manager? What's the job description of the account manager? How do we recruit? How do we onboard? How do we train? How do we manage that account manager to keep them engaging the client, to keep them retaining at a higher level than you even could as the owner within the business? And when you do this correctly, you'll retain clients, you'll have a churn less than 3% on a monthly basis, and you'll be having an impact, right? Because if the clients are staying with you, it's because they're winning. It's because they see the value. And if you're retaining clients and you're building a team, your team is growing. They're able to live their life. They're able to take care of their families because what you're doing within your business. And so, as it comes to that retain side of the equation, I'd love for you to rate yourself. Red, yellow, green. Where's the opportunity? Is your onboarding really world-class? Is your communication rhythm? Are you meeting with the client monthly? Do you have a clear set of things that you show them? And is there an agenda for that? Are you over-reporting? And I see this often. Sometimes, we get all these fancy reports from analytics and from Google Ads and from Facebook, and we want to data dump all of the data on the client. Sometimes that's a problem and not a help. Sometimes we just need to boil it down to what they really want to know and what they need to see in order to feel engaged. And then maybe, do you have that client account management process, or is that a bottleneck for you in 2024? I just want you to rate yourself on this. I think this will really open your eyes to some opportunities and some areas you can focus on to truly scale your agency in 2024 and beyond. So I hope this was helpful. Again, this is what I believe the fastest way to scale your agency in 2024. If you'd like to go deep on this, I've got a great training that I'd like to give you for free. If you go to sevenfigureagency.com/scale, there's a training on kind of looking through your accountability chart, your organizational chart, how to build your systems and procedures. You can access that by going to sevenfigureagency.com/scale. Thanks so much for watching. If you got value, press the like button. Also, this year, at the beginning here in 2024, I'm going to be rolling out a series on the fastest way to grow, the fastest way to scale, how to package your programming, and how to retain your clients and build your client retention strategy for 2024. So if you want to make sure you get that and you're alerted as these videos come out, hit the subscribe button, and I look forward to seeing how you crush it in 2024 and beyond. Thanks for watching.